Hey, good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 1663. It is Tuesday, right? Tuesday. Man, this week is crazy, 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 crazy. And I need to get stuff. And I've got to find some time. Next week is the Madison Card Show. We're a week from Saturday. It just feels like it's coming up fast. So I've got to get the ad placed, which reminds me. By the way, this microphone is just a prop again today, kind of like the old days when the microphone was a prop. Because I'm using my multi USB plug because I'm going to take it to the convention for everything, and so I had to unplug. I've got to print some stuff. So just a prop today. So yeah, busy week. Cubs convention this week. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We got cleaners coming today, so I've got I cleaned like late like 10:30 last night. I'm in here like picking stuff up. You can't tell. Well, you might be able to tell a little bit. Looks a little clean on that side. That side's I didn't get to that side yet. So as soon as I end this, I've got to take Ernie to doggy daycare, and then I'll tackle this room, and then I've got to finish shipping, and then what do I have to do after that? Oh, and then I got just random stuff. I want to get that ad running. So it's a busy day. Yesterday, I picked up some stuff. My buddy Jackson buying for me at the Waukesha show over the weekend. So I was able to plump up on Drake May, Bo Nix, Paul Skeens, Ohtani. I even had him buying some Pete Crow Armstrong and Matt Shaw that I'll take to Cubs convention this week. So nice little buying expedition. And of course, I won't run. I actually won't run most of what I got until next week because tonight's the only show until Cubs convention. Tonight, I'm doing a 1970 Topps Tall Boy set break. It's the high number set, so it's a short. It'll be a short show, 65 cards, I think. So that's tonight, 8 o'clock Central. And then I won't do another live until Friday. That'll be live from Cubs convention. And then Saturday afternoon, live from Cubs convention. I'm actually working on having a big name guest on during one of my eBay live streams. Trying to put it together. I don't think I have any. I'm not going to say any names because it's Cubs convention, especially when it comes to players. It can be last minute scratch. So, but hopefully things come through with that. So right now it's tentatively set for 4 o'clock Friday, 2 o'clock Saturday from Cubs convention, streaming live. I still have to run a test. I need to do that. There's one player in all the years that I've gone, and I can't think of another in the Cubs. This may be the first time a Cubs player prospect has been invited to Cubs convention and does not have a single baseball card. Well, there's an asterisk next to that. He does not, because I've seen some Bowman draft in the wild, but Kane Kepley was drafted last year, and he's been him and Ethan Conrad have been like, wow, these guys are really good, which doesn't happen too often. And Kane Kepley doesn't have, because he was drafted last year, so he didn't make any of the minor league sets. And he doesn't have any Onyx, Wild Card, Team USA. Like, he has nothing. The only thing he has, according to Trading Card Database, now he's got like 81 cards. 80 of those are Bowman draft that releases tomorrow, so it's not even out yet. And the other is like a North Carolina Tar Heels team issued college set. So that's all. That's all he has. So I reached out to a breaker friend of mine and said, hey, if you have paper spots and I get one, can I make arrangements to pick them up like Thursday morning so I can take them to Cubs convention? He's like, yeah, absolutely. So I've got that. So it was like if you're doing a paper spot, if I win a break, and if I can come get them on Thursday morning, it's like 3-point question. If all of these align, if there's a no to any one of these, then I'm SOL. But they are having a paper spot, probably plural paper spots. I'm sure they're doing multiple breaks on Bowman Draft. If I get them, that's the only, we'll find out tomorrow night or tomorrow. And if I can come pick them up on Thursday, and that's, he's like, yeah, I'll do that. So now I just have to win. Now I just have to get there because their breaks sell out super fast. Real breaks sell out super fast. So I'll be eyeing the release on those. And I've seen there's quite a few already. Tomorrow's release day, and there's a bunch of Bowman Draft singles live on eBay. The Lou Brock, which is the first time I've seen the Lou Brock Retrofractor. It was sitting at $3.50, and I put a bid in for $100. And when I put my $100 bid in, it went up to $5.50. And then about an hour later, I got outbid. And I don't know, it's probably 101 right now, but and it'll probably sell for 200, 250, I would imagine. But I'm not going to pay that. I would have paid 100, but I'm not paying more than that. And I've seen there's it might be a Kane Kepley that's buy it now for $50, which is kind of, in today's age, that's like kind of the going rate. And it's like, do I want to? I don't think so. So we'll see. So Cubs convention. Let me talk about the mail service. And I want to address the topic, the title today. I don't want to, just because I hate talking about bad news. But I feel like we should give Victor a good send off here on Hobby Evolution. Let's just do that now because I lost my train of thought. We lost Victor. I got a text on, right as I was finishing Hobby Evolution on Sunday morning, I got a text from Victor's phone, from his son, and his son wrote a really nice paragraph, and said that Victor passed away on December 20th. Victor was probably one of the original couch people in the chat. I think he was CubVic. I know he was CubVic on Twitter, and I think he might have been CubVic in the chat. And I hadn't seen him in a while in the chat, but also I haven't seen a lot of the quote regulars from Hobby Evolution in the chat because here it is. It's 9:00 in the morning. We used to go routinely at 7 a.m. And, I'm not doing it every day. Sometimes it's at 10, sometimes it's at 8. Usually it's around 9:30. So I'm very inconsistent. So it's not surprising that, I lose my regular viewers. I was just hoping it was because of that. And unfortunately it was not. So Victor's been with us in the chat for, almost the duration of Hobby Evolution. He joined us. He would call in, zoom in on our Couch People Christmas parties. I think he called in during was it the 1000th? I did a call. I think the only time I've done a call in on the morning Hobby Evolution was the 1000th special. And here we are at 1663, and I've skipped a bunch of days. I think he called in during the 1000th episode. He called in for, I think he never missed a Couch People Christmas party when we had him. He joined us. The thumbnail to this video is from our get together at the National in 2023. I'm looking at it's 2026, and I'm like, wait, it was 2 years ago, not 3, but it was The last national was 2025 in Chicago. We did not do a get together. 2024 was in Cleveland. 2023, we did the get together at Shoeless Joe's. Victor was there. In the thumbnail, Victor, if you're not aware, never met Victor. Victor was the in the photo, in the thumbnail. He's next to Porter, next to Zach and Porter in the photo at the back of the picture in the back. So, and he was he was one of my favorite people in this hobby. He was such a true, and I hate using that term. I hate using the word true collector, but he was in it for, the fun and the enjoyment. He would come to the Madison Card Show. We would hang out at the bargain boxes. He was such a good guy. He'd bring me tamales. The tamales were so good. He was an awesome guy. So he's going to be missed. And it's just one of those things where, gosh, damn, you never know. You never know. So that sucks. That sucks. So here's a toast to Victor, and he's going to be missed. All right, let's talk about some good news. We got eBay Live tonight. Cubs convention this week. What was I talking about? There was something I was talking about that getting things cleaned up. Kane Kepley, Cubs. Mail. And this isn't good. This isn't good news. Mail sucks, man. So, as a seller, and I don't do a lot of buying. I don't do a lot of buying through the mail. I do a good amount. I just bought a whole bunch of stuff yesterday. But that was a pickup. I don't do a lot of buying on like eBay. I do a lot of selling. So I hear the seller standpoint. And I think that we, and I say we generally speaking, because I know not all of us think the same way, but, and when I say we, I'm talking about me. I think sometimes when we get those messages, I never got this. It's like, you got that, you son of a bitch, you got that. And I think we just automatically think somebody's out to get us by lying that their $1.75 card never showed up. When in reality, they're probably telling the truth. We always see on social media, we always see the negative, like the AI. I don't even think I've talked about the whole AI crap. Somebody using AI to doctor a photo of a card and scam people. Haven't even talked about that. So we see that, and we just think everybody that has a complaint is out to do shit like that. Well, that's not the case. Very, very rarely. We see that. We don't see the 999,999 other instances of good, of legit reasons. There's been times like, the funny thing is we are so, and I'm speaking, we generally speaking, we talk out of one side of our mouth that the USPS sucks, the Postal Service is terrible, but then at the other end of our mouth, where it's like the other end of our mouth, we're saying, oh, they got it, like, it says delivered, or I bet it delivered and they just didn't scan it. It's like we think that the USPS is the worst delivery service on earth, But at the same time, we think they're going to deliver everything and that everybody else that didn't get their shit's lying to us. So that's just life, I guess. So I bought a lot of stuff on eBay last week. And I'm trying to think. Now, I also know, and this is with the exception of a couple sellers that are very slow. And by slow, I'm not talking 3 business days either. Oh shit, where's my purchase? I want to go to my purchase history. So I bought, and I did have a nice mail day yesterday. So I want to go back to my oldest. My oldest, I bought on January 6th. It's been a full week. Okay, that has shipped. Okay, that has shipped. Okay, that actually shipped. That shipped in bow time. I purchased it the night of January 6th, and it shipped out Friday, January 9th. That's normal. So that's good to go. But it shipped Friday, January 9th from New Jersey. And as of Monday, guess where it was? Still sitting in a postal facility in New Jersey. Now, that's not time sensitive. Well, it is. Everything's time sensitive, but I don't need that one until January 31st for wrestling night. That was a Hulk Hogan purchase. Then I also purchased on January 6th. That's, I think, when I bought most of this stuff. I bought a Pete Crow Armstrong auto, a Porter Hodge auto, a couple PCA rookies, an Ernie. Oh, wait, that was different. And those were delivered yesterday. Also on January 6th, I bought a 59 Topps All-Star Ernie Banks and an Ernie Banks Heritage Relic. I picked those up I bought those on January 6th. Those were delivered yesterday. Those came all the way from Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Now, I'm still waiting. This was purchased on January 6th. Now, it's a week. I'm not going to, I don't fault the sellers one bit. And, I knew when I was buying those on January 6th, which was Tuesday? It's I should get these by Wednesday, the 14th. But I know that it's the Postal Service, and there's a chance that I don't get them. And I'm also relying on, if the shipper, I'm buying them January 6th, I've got 3 business days. I've got till the 9th to ship these out. And then if they ship out on the 9th, boom. So this was purchased on January 6th, a Moises Ballesteros auto. Purchased on January 6th. All right. Looks like they shipped it out on Thursday, which is fine. It's been sitting in Kansas City. So it's last update this morning, it was in Kansas City. It was initially, I think it was on track to be delivered today, and now it's running behind. Original estimate was Friday, January 9th to Tuesday, January 13th. So if it's in Kansas City this morning, I'm probably not getting it tomorrow because I will be gone by the time the mail is delivered on Thursday. All right. This one annoys me. Kyle Tucker bought this on January 6th. Tracking number was provided on Wednesday, January 7th. Hasn't even made it to the post office. Now that's shitty. That's a nice Kyle Tucker autograph. Launched Cosmic Chrome Auto. So that's kind of ticking me off. That's the only one where the seller's at fault. Got a Moises Ballesteros Aqua rookie Aqua refractor autograph. Let's see. That was bought on January 6th. And that was shipped out next day. And again, this is the post office. Shipped out next day, January 7th. And last update was Friday it was still in Minnesota. And this is just coming from Minnesota, Austin, Minnesota. And it's still somewhere. Tracking says it's going to arrive by January 14th. I'm wondering if no, that's sent bubble mailer. All right. So that's a post office. Jennings down in Freeport. I bought several hundred Cubs lots from them. Got them really cheap. Those were delivered yesterday. And I think that, Kevin Alcantara That came yesterday. My Johnny Long lot came yesterday. Ryan Rollison and Edward Cabrera, I don't think those are going to be delivered on time. Now, these I didn't buy until sometime over the weekend. Post office has them, but it's still in Phoenix. Not going to get to me. And then this is, I think, was this one? When did I buy these? All right, and those aren't going to come in time. All right. So anyway, post office sucks. And if you're a seller and a buyer says, hey, I didn't get this, where is it at? I get it. Those are annoying. And sometimes I need to temper, Now, I'm also not going to message these sellers and, hey, where's my package? Because I know where they're at. And I've done this enough times. I would hope to know what's going on. But I understand not everybody buys or sells hundreds of thousands of cards, sending them through the mail. Don't get the post office. But it's a little common sense that the seller, once it's in the post office's hands, the seller doesn't know where the package is. Hey, where's my package? I don't know. I know just as much as you. We both have the same tracking number. We both have the same information. Yeah? Okay. So yeah. Post office sucks. So I have that. I've been for Cubs convention, I've been getting stuff ready. I've got a box of current players. I've had multiple people, this is good. My wife said this last night. I'm like, I've had probably 6 or 7 people text me about Cubs cards for the convention. Like, hey, are you bringing this? Are you bringing this guy? Do you have any cards of this guy? And she's like, well, that's really good. Because you don't want the alternative where nobody knows you and nobody wants cards and all. I'm like, all right, fair point. I had another guy reach out and he had actually bought, before we met, he had bought a ton of Cubs cards from me from my eBay store when I had Buy It Now. And a lot of it was like Pete Crow Armstrong with the Mets, Kevin Alcantara with the Yankees, because I wasn't selling a lot of Cubs stuff at that time. And so he texted me and we actually met. I think it was 2 years ago he bought a ton from me. And then last year I hand delivered. So he texted me and he's like, hey, do you have the following players? And I said, yeah. And I'm like, actually, this year I have a booth. So I'll be in Vendor Alley. And I've got everything alphabetized. So if you're looking for a Cardinal, everything's alphabetized. Here's the Jose Cardinal tab. You can look for Jose Cardinal, which Jose Cardinal, Bill Madlock, Ray Burris, the guys that played in the 70s. I have a bunch of their cards. It's just I have over 1 million Cubs cards, and digging through many, many boxes when they're not very organized. I think there's still one more C box I need to go through for Cardinal, but it's like finding a needle in a haystack in a 4,000 count box. And there might be 2 Jose Cardinals in there. So I was, and I think, when was Jose Cardinals last? I was thinking about this as I was digging through. There's some other guys that I haven't, like Tim Stoddard and Mike Remlinger. I don't have as many cards. I want to go to Trading Card Database. I was trying to think when the last Jose Cardinal card was made. Did he even have a 79? I know he had a 78 tops. Now I guess I do have a bunch of the discs. I have like 25 of the discs. So, I'm going to sell those for $5. Let's see. All right. His rookie was in 65. So I think 78 might've been his last card. Oh, he's got a 70. That's a cool 72, 73 Venezuelan Winter League sticker. I wonder if there's any on eBay. Jose Cardinal Venezuelan sticker. Look, squirrel. Oh, that's a cool one. 1975 Venezuela League, Tiburones. Oh, he's got some cool Venezuelans. Here's a 76 with Manny Trio. Oh, here's that sticker. The problem with them is they're expensive. Well, they're not expensive, but you're looking at like $30 for that, 35. The trio was like 60. All right. Oh yeah. So forgot squirrel. All right. So let's go to the last. Oh, this is probably going to be modern stuff. Yep. So he's got a bunch of buybacks. All right. So he had the 77 discs, blank 78. Oh, he does have a 79 tops. Oh, and he has an 81. Huh. So he goes all the way up to 81. All right. I need to mark these down. Cardinal, because I have a bunch of boxes of 79, 80, and 81. So 79 is card number 317. 80 is 512. 81 is 473. All right, that'll help me as I'm digging through some of those boxes just to find some Cardinal cards. All right. Where are we at? Let's go to the chat. Yep. Rest in peace, Victor. Mark's in the house. Good morning. Florida baseball card dude. What's happening? Red Desco's here. Tracy's in the house. What's going on? Gem City. It is not. Nancy, thank you. Merle, God bless you. Victor. Rip says Greg. Cooter says we should retire his couch. Hail and farewell, Vic. Orlando, good morning. Cody's in the house. Good morning. I realized over the weekend that the pictures of the autos I have never sent. Sorry for that. Oh, yeah. Text me back. I was going to follow up with you. So Cody and I were texting back and forth on some Cubs stuff. Where's Cody at? Because you had said something about numbered, 10 other numbered. So send me the other pictures. Because in the photos you sent me, it was just like the base rookies. And I like PCA and say I've got a ton of those. So I wasn't like what I saw in the photos. I don't need really any of those cards. But if you have autos and like the serial numbered stuff, I'd like to see what you have for that. And I was gonna follow up with you on that because I went back and I read the text and I'm like, wait a second, there's no numbered cards in the photos. Found treasures in the house. Good morning, Dan's here. What's going on? What happened? Victor passed away on December 20th. Dan says, read the fucking title of his live. There you go. Thank you, Dan. Silver's going up. There you go. Bitcoin. How long till 1 million? 2030. So he's got 4 more years for that to not happen. Victor will be missed. CD Anderson, what's going on? I've had nothing but shipping issues all month. That sucks. I've had my fair share. Nothing too crazy, knock on wood. But I've had a lot of like, hey, this was, I would say most of the issues that I've had have been, this says it was delivered, but it wasn't delivered. And it's like the same day. And then guess what? The next day I get a message, hey, my card showed up. Shipping issues suck. Fingers crossed I don't see any today. Amen to that. All right. I want to get going. I got to get Ernie off to school. I got to get this room cleaned up for the cleaners. Doesn't that make? Although, here's the thing. It sounds silly when you say I've got to clean this room for the cleaners. It sounds silly, but do you want the cleaners picking up your cards? No. Most of the cards. No. No. Even the cards that, yeah, I don't have anything on the floor that's, actually I do. Like I have some, actually, no, not really. Or you can't get it. Can't get into them. So, you stopped promoting eBay listings due to the new rules this week. No, I only have like 80 listings on eBay. So my promotions are, I still have the standard. I'm not changing anything with my promotions. Everything is as is. I don't sell volume. So it's not like I sell things out of my Buy It Now store here and there. My lives are not promoted. So now I promote my store, but that's different than what the rules are with the promoted listings. So, so I don't have it's not going to, if it affects me, it's going to affect me very minimally. So no, I have not taken down my promoted listings. CD says, I bought a card from Colorado. It went from Colorado to Indy to Detroit. Oh, I do have one of these. To the PO down the street, to the Bronx, to Brooklyn, back to Colorado, and then to my house. So I did have, let me check in. Somebody sent me a message on this from members. Let's see. All right, so it's this one, order number. Let's see, order details. Must be some puppies outside. So it was mailed out on Friday, January 2nd in Middleton. Why did I drop it off in Middleton? So, and then it went to Madison, and then it went to Oak Creek, Wisconsin. Then it departed. And then it went to Warrendale, Pennsylvania. And then it went from Wisconsin to Pennsylvania to Colorado. Why are they directing everything to Colorado? To Arizona, to Phoenix, and now it's back in Warrendale, Pennsylvania, which I think is where the buyer is in Pennsylvania. So, so it went from Madison, Wisconsin, to Milwaukee, to Warrendale, Pennsylvania, all the way out to Aurora, Colorado, and then to Avondale, Arizona, over to Phoenix, and then back to Warrendale, Pennsylvania. I have a PCA Auto, PSA 9, and others. Oh, awesome. Send me a text. Send me a text with those photos. Yes, I am going live tonight. Tonight, 7 p.m. Central. Or wait, no, 8 p.m. Central. Ernie is losing his shit. Tonight, 8 p.m. Central. It is the 70 tops, and I haven't had a chance to upload any of these listings. I will at some point today. 70 tops, high number set, basketball, tall boys. So this is the cards 111 to 175, I believe. So it's got some really nice cards like that Oscar, Jerry West, and of course the big hitter, the Maravich rookie card. So it'll be a short auction. I'll probably do 20 seconds with extended bidding on these just to make it worth our while. Otherwise it'd be super fast. No need to only do 10 seconds on 60 auctions or whatever it is, 65 auctions. So tonight, 8 o'clock Central, 1970 tall boys. They're actually in really good condition. They have nice corners. It's just the centering is a little off. But this Maravich, now I don't know great. Like I don't know, especially vintage. So the corners, they're not sharp, but they're not dinged. The centering is off, and there's a little like smudge on the left border. And I don't know. This looks in better condition than the 4 that I sold in the previous set I had. It definitely looks in better condition than that one. And that was a SGC 4 that I sold. So, but I don't know. How much does that centering? And I think that one I think the centering was better, but the corners were really dinged. The edges were rough and all that. So we'll see. I'll just do my best to show it off and take it from there. So that's tonight, 8 o'clock Central, eBay Live. And then I won't do an eBay live stream until Friday afternoon, and that will come to you from Cubs Convention. I take that back. I will do a pop-up stream at some point, either today or tomorrow. I've really got to get that hammered down, maybe this afternoon, because I've got to test the OBS, the multicam setup. I still haven't done that, so I've really got to do that. But that's going to be like maybe 10 auctions, and I'm just going to throw some random stuff out there. Gem City says, I promote at about 2.5%. I consider it tribute. Unicorn does 3 to 4% on oddball stuff. Low roller in charge of logistics at the post office. Orlando says that's a great set. Yeah, it is a cool set, the 70 tall boys. All right. So Join me tonight for the 1970 Topps Basketball Tall Boys set break, including the Pete Maravich rookie card. I'm not sure if I'll go live tomorrow morning here on Hobby Evolution, probably, because it won't be a super late night. Now, even last night, I didn't go to bed till after midnight. That's my new routine. Like I'm now a night owl. Wow. Crazy. I was actually running numbers for eBay, and I have I have a stretch goal in mind. And the thing is, when you want to make more money, you've got to spend more money. And I'm learning that, like, if you go out and just buy a bunch of bulk and I can list this at $1.75, it just doesn't work like that. You're going to sit on a lot of stuff. The money's not going to come in fast enough. And I've got to buy liquid, super liquid stuff. And, running some of the excess stuff I have, even doing lots. I did a bunch of lots over the weekend. It was better for me. It would have been better for me just to run singles, because I bet the margins were worse lotting up 10, 20 cards than it would have been even just selling them singles at $1 or $2, because I have to ship everything bubble mailer or box. And some of those lots were only selling for $3, $4. And guess how much shipping is? More than $3, $4. So it sounds like a good idea to lot things up, but put into play, it wasn't a good idea. And I ended up pivoting away as the stream went on. It's like, you know what? Fuck this. We're going to just sell some singles. If I only get a couple bucks, I do. Because, yeah, it's nice getting that. It's nice having a $4 sale as opposed to a $1 sale, but that $1 sale only has 74 cents shipping attached, where that $4 sale has $4.89 shipping attached. There's the difference. So I'm going to focus on high-end stuff, higher end stuff, not high-end, but and to get some of the goals I want to get. And it's pretty easy. What's the goal you want to reach? Divide that by 365 days. Okay, you've got to average X amount per day. How do you get to that? Okay, I'm going to run X amount of auctions per week. And as I was running some of the numbers, I think my strategy is going to change a little bit. And I may move away from extended bidding on most or many of my auctions and do sudden death just to speed things up, because I can move a lot faster on sudden death. I can add 50, maybe even 100 additional auctions and do 250 or 300. That way I'm not relying, if I want to hit, say, $20 per item. I'm just throwing random numbers out. These aren't real. If I want to do, if I did 200 auctions, if I did 1,000 auctions per week and I wanted to hit $20 per item, but it's like $20 per item is going to be tough. I want to get it down to $15 or $17 per item. Add the auctions, do sudden death. I can move faster. I can do more, and I don't have to rely on a higher average sales price. So that's kind of what I was crunching some numbers last night. So I may pivot to that. I also need to buy X amount. If I want my margins, if I want to make this much, and right now I'm spending this much, I've got to spend this much. And I want to keep, and I know sometimes when I buy the higher end stuff, I'm not going to get 4X on a $100 card. I'll get 4X on a dollar card. I'll get fucking 25X on a dollar card sometimes. So it's one of those things where it's like, if I can move, like Drake May rookies are going for 10, 15 bucks on my streams. I'm getting those for $2 max. If I'm buying them myself, I'm getting them for $1. If I'm paying somebody, I'm getting $2. And there's some other stuff that, and sometimes it's the room. Sunday night, we ended Sunday night. I bought some stuff. Our friend Chris, I think he's got multiple. CL on the road, I think, is Second Oak, Huntfish. Chris, I bought some stuff he's been selling on Whatnot. And I was in one of his streams last week, and bought some stuff, and I can't remember what I paid, but I was getting insane numbers on Sunday night. Like a Bo Jackson, here's the funny thing. A Bo Jackson shoulder pads, I think it was the last auction of the night, sold for, I think, $48. And earlier in the night, I sold a sealed 1990 score set. It's right here. One buyer bought all of these. He bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sets. This sealed set, 90 score sealed set with the Frank Thomas, with the Bo Jackson, sold for, I think, like $32. And then the Bo Jackson on its own sold for $48 later in the night. Frank Thomas 90 score sold for $10. There was something else that sold for a crazy amount of money. And it's like, but I can't bank on that. I can't go out and buy a Bo Jackson shoulder pads card for $20 thinking I'm going to get $48, because sometimes I only get 10 or 15. But sometimes I get 48. So I've just got to be smart with what I'm buying and how much I'm paying for it, that's what it's always been. It's just at a different level now. SV, thank you. Appreciate you. Like and subscribe. eBay Live tonight, 8 o'clock Central, 1970 Topps Tall Boys. We're going to get Ernie off to school. Have a great day. May be on tomorrow morning here on Hobby Evolution. May not. I probably won't. Maybe I will go on tomorrow morning. I probably won't go live, depending on how the Bowman draft break goes on Wednesday night. If I'm able to get a spot, and I can go pick it up on Thursday morning, I'll just have too much stuff because Thursday's my travel day. I still don't have an appointment. I'm going to be hardwired in, so I've got to meet the Wi-Fi, the Teamster people Thursday night at the hotel. I don't know what time, depending on their schedule. I may have to completely reschedule my schedule. And I'm driving like an hour out of my way. If I do go pick this stuff up, if I get it and then go pick it up on Thursday, I'm driving an hour north, and then I've got to drive down to Chicago. So that's the plan. That's what I had. So have a great day. I did thank you. I said thank you. I appreciate it. Dan says, forgive me, spring training dates again. I'm going March 10th through the 19th. March 10th through the 19th. All right. So have a wonderful day, and we'll maybe see you tomorrow.